Om Tat Sat. Good evening and namaste to all. Shall we continue with our stories from the animal world? One more story from Grandpa. And this is a very beautiful story which conveys very deep, profound concept, philosophical concept. It's part of Srimad Bhagavat. It's in the 8th skanda, 8th part of Bhagavat. Gajendra Moksha. This is a story which says devotion to the Lord, devotion to divinity is not a right of only humans. Even animals can be devoted. Animals can express their devotion to God. And we have seen in so many cases where animals have portrayed such devotion. I know of a dog which used to come and sit on the doorstep of the house where the weekly satsang is held regularly. It's a satsang is weekly affair. The humans convey to each other the address of the next satsang, but none knew how the dog came to know of the place, and it attended these satsangs, sat at the doorstep, ate the prasada that is given at the end of the satsang, and it died on such an occasion while being in the satsang. So animals also have this devotion to divinity. And our Hindu Dharma explains this by the theory of karma and rebirth. A man can be born as animal in the next birth. He could have been an animal in the previous birth. And our Dharma says the Parabrahma, the Paramatman, is firmly settled in every form of life. Savam Pashyan Hi Sarvatra. One who sees equality, one who sees divinity in all. He is dear to me, says Sri Krishna in the Gita. So, there was an elephant by name Gajendra. There was a mountain by name Trikuta, and a huge lake by the side of the mountain hill. The lake was full of lotus flowers, and the elephant used to come here, Gajendra. Sometimes he used to play in the waters. Sometimes he used to just take bath and go away. But daily while leaving the lake, he used to take water in his trunk and spray it over a god, a god's Vigraha, an idol of the Bhagavan. That was due to the karma of its past lives. He was a king by name Indradyumna in the past life, very righteous, very noble, and deeply devoted to the god. But he had a defect. He used to talk a lot. So his teacher advised him to remain silent for at least an hour daily. So he used to sit in the gardens, be silent, Mauna Vratam, and be engrossed in the thoughts of God. While he was there meditating and continuing with his Mauna Vrata, silence, one Rishi appeared there. The Rishi greeted the king. The king could not greet him back in words, so he just shook his head. Then the Rishi inquired further, but the king did not reply in words. He just shook his head and responded. The Rishi was enraged and he cursed this king with the birth of an elephant in the future life, because he was moving his head just like an elephant. So Gajendra was the king in the previous life. So his karma, his devotion in the previous life continued in his next life also as Gajendra, the elephant. Once he got into the lake with all his wives. He had plenty of them, and all his children, the elephant cows and other relatives. They played in the lake, they splashed water, sprayed water over mutual one over the other, and were enjoying their play. While they were involved in this, a graha or a this memory is Magarmach Graha. What do you call that? It caught hold of the elephant's leg. Oh. Okay. And there was, initially the elephant felt, I am so strong, what can this do? It is just a creature in the river, in the waters. So it ignored. Then when the pain started raising up, it started a fight, it started struggling, and it wanted to get rid of the hold of the animal. This fight ensued for a few days. Then when he felt his strength was not enough, he called all his wives and children and other relatives for help, and all of them went in to help the elephant king Gajendra. They tried to pull him out of waters. Crocodile, okay. Crocodile. My brain becomes blank. Crocodile. So this elephant, they all tried to pull him out. But elephant is an animal on the land, and the crocodile is an animal in the waters. It is playing on its own turf. So it was stronger and the elephant was weaker. So the pull of the crocodile was very strong. The relatives could not pull him out of the waters. So the crocodile tried to take the elephant into deeper waters. The elephant Gajendra started sinking slowly into the waters. The relatives, the wives and the children, as is the world's way of the world, they lost hope. They felt he cannot be saved, so they all went away. And then the elephant started to sink. When all the hopes were lost and he was almost sunk with only the trunk outside waters, that was when he remembered God. He took his name, called him for help, plucked one lotus flower and threw it towards the sky, taking the name of Sri Mahavishnu. And instantly Sri Mahavishnu came and struck the crocodile with that disc, the weapon that he has in his hands. And the crocodile died and let hold of the foot of Gajendra. Gajendra was also dead. He was taken directly to the Vishnu Loka. He was liberated from this life and death cycle and taken to Lord Vishnu's Vaikuntha Loka, world of Vaikuntha. But the crocodile also got the same liberation, and he also went to Vaikuntha Loka, Vishnu's abode. The elephant Gajendra was surprised. So Vishnu explained that he had caught the foot, he had surrendered to the feet of my devotee, and anyone who holds the feet of devotee also gets liberated, just for holding the feet of a devotee. So Parikshit asks Shuka, who was narrating all these stories, Srimad Bhagavat, while Parikshit was in his deathbed, he says, how can these two creatures get liberated? So the Lord Vishnu himself came and took them to the abode of Vishnu, Vaikuntha Loka. How was it? Who were they? Then Shuka Muni says, the Gajendra, as we have already said, was a king, Indradyumna, in his previous birth, very righteous and very religious and devoted king. Due to a small unintended mistake, he took birth as an elephant. Similarly, this crocodile was a Gandharva in the previous birth, and he came once to this lake with his children. He wanted to amuse his children, give them a few moments of laughter. So he said, you just watch. There was one hermit standing in the lake and doing its meditation. He said to his children, watch, I'll make a small fun joke on him, and he'll be thrown out of waters due to fear. So saying, he went inside the water and started scratching the leg of the hermit inside water. And then he suddenly held the leg of the hermit, of the sage. The sage thought it is an animal creature, water creature, that is holding its leg. So he jumped up out of the waters in fear. He fell back on the waters with a thump. Then he overcame the fear and found that it was not crocodile or other water animal. It was a Gandharva. So in a fit of rage, he cursed him, just as you held my leg, you will take birth as a crocodile and hold on to legs of various creatures in waters. That was the Graha, the crocodile. Crocodile is the moment of death, the death. The lake is the world with all merriments, with all attractions, and this Jiva, Gajendra, he just is attracted, lured by the world. He wants to enjoy the world. He is immersed in his pleasures. When the time of death comes, he wants to ignore death. Initially, nothing will happen to me. I am very strong. Then he starts struggling. He starts taking to various courses to get over death. Various pathis, yoga, meditation and all, to save himself from death. Then he calls help of all his relatives, the wife, the children and other relatives. But they soon realize that saving him from death is impossible. So they leave him alone. And finally, the only way he has is to think of God. At the moment of death, that is what Gajendra does, and he is liberated from this cycle of birth and death. This story is very gloriously described in the Bhagavad, and the narrator says, anyone who listens to this story gets all the pleasures, comforts of the life. He is relieved from the pain of debts, but the best part of it is that he remembers God at the time of bereavement, at the time of death, and he reaches the best of worlds, the divine worlds. Okay, that is for the day. I'll conclude tomorrow one more story of the animal world. Om Tat Sat.